Alright guys, welcome back to What If Bardock Survived. I'm enjoying this series, hope you're all enjoying it too. With that being said, let's get into the God Saga.
We cut to Beerus. It's been years since the Majin Buu saga. Everything's been going quite well for Bardock and his family, but Beerus is starting to have dreams of a Super Saiyan God. This Super Saiyan God eludes him. It makes him want more. It makes him want someone to fight. Beerus would wake up and forget about it. But as he tried to remember his dream, eventually he would, and tell Whis about it. And he would demand that Whis shows him all the Saiyans. And Whis would reluctantly agree, and he would tell him about Broly, the one with the most potential. But then he would tell him about Bardock, the one who defeated Frieza. Saiyan defeated Frieza, Beerus said, yes. But I thought they were ordered to be wiped out. They were, but Bardock saw the danger coming, and he managed to get his family out of there. At least his two sons were gone. His love sadly perished. Beerus would say, yeah, I feel so sad about that, as he would roll his eyes. Looks like this Bardock must be a smart guy if he was able to tell that the planet was going to be wiped out. Maybe I should pay him a visit. As Beerus learned more and more about Bardock, he became more and more intrigued. Not just about the Super Saiyan God, but about him. The one who defeated Frieza, the one who ran away, and the one who has someone even stronger than himself. Bardock must special to be able to achieve all this. Beerus needed to meet Bardock, so he decided to go to Earth. As we cut to Earth, Raditz and Bulma would be having a birthday party. As Raditz would sit down on the ship watching Bulma, he would sigh. He didn't really like these parties, but he had to be there for Bulma, otherwise he would get yelled at. And well, he didn't like that even more. Beerus would show up. And as Beerus showed up to the birthday party, everyone looked shocked. Well, Bardock did. No one else really knew who Beerus was. Bardock never really met Beerus, but he did work with King Vegeta, and he was, even though he was a low-class warrior, an elite soldier who went on many missions, so he did see some files about him. Beerus looked at Bardock and said, I finally get to meet you, the one that changed everything for the Saiyans, and the one that made sure part of his race survived. Very interesting, Bardock. I'm glad I get to meet you, but there's something I want to discuss with you. Bardock would look at him and begin to shake. What is it? Beerus would laugh and say, calm down, you're not in danger. At least not yet, as long as you don't make me mad, of course. The reason I'm here is to learn about the Super Saiyan God. Bardock didn't know who he was, but he would say, well, we all have this form of Super Saiyan except for Broly. If there's a Super Saiyan God, he's probably the closest one to it. Interesting. Well, Bardock, can you give me your power at least? Bardock would nod, as then he turned Super Saiyan, all the way up to Super Saiyan 3. Bardock would look at him and say, I know you're a god of destruction, but hopefully my power can at least be a fraction of yours, just for entertainment's sake. Sorry if I'm coming off as offensive, Lord. Bardock would then fly at Beerus with everything he had and gave him a massive punch straight to his head, but it did nothing, as Beerus simply looked down. Is that the power of a Super Saiyan? You have let me down. As then, Beerus would simply flick Bardock with his fingers, knocking him out. Raditz and Kakarot both shook in fear, but Broly got mad. Someone touched his father like that. Sure, Paragus was his real father, but Bardock was always there for him. Bardock loved him, and he was going to make Beerus pay, but then Raditz grabbed his shoulder and talked him out of it, saying how Beerus could destroy this whole planet, so Broly let it go. As then, Beerus looked at him and said, so, Bardock said you're the closest thing to a Super Saiyan God. Maybe we should battle. Broly looked at him and said, are you sure? I'm able to hold back my rage pretty well ever since evil me split, but if I get too strong, my rage will take over. Beerus would say, don't worry, I'll take care of you if you get too out of control. Beerus would look at him and say, you think I'm scared of a mortal throwing a temper tantrum? Go ahead, go out of control. I don't care. I am Beerus, a god of destruction. Nothing scares me. Beerus would then look at him, as Broly would sigh and say, don't think I didn't warn you, as he would turn green and charge right at Beerus.
Beerus would easily be winning at first, but Broly would get stronger and stronger and stronger. As his power grew, Beerus just began to laugh. So this is your power, the unlimited potential I've heard of. Yes, you could be a Super Saiyan God, Beerus said, smirking as they continued to battle one another.
As they battled more and more and more and more, Beerus began to enjoy himself. So did even Broly. But Broly was starting to lose control. He had great anger management powers and has been meditating for quite a while, but the stronger he got, the harder it was for him to lose control. As his eyes began to flicker, he grabbed his head and began to scream. Beerus said, "Here it comes, the true legendary Super Saiyan." As then Broly looked at him with eyes of just blank rage as he punched him straight in the face, and a flying. As Beerus said, "Looks like you're not going to hold back now. Maybe I shouldn't either." Beerus would suddenly make a huge ball of energy and throw it right towards the earth. And even though Broly was mad, there was some sense of humanity still in him as he flew towards the ball. But instead of punching away, instead of blasting his own ki blast, he just flew straight into it. This shocked Beerus. He's gone insane. But suddenly, as he threw straight into it, he began to yell. And as the pain filled him, as the energy surrounded his body, suddenly the ki blast was destroyed, dispersed, absorbed into his body. Beerus looked down, shocked that he could do this, but then he began to laugh. "You're something else, Broly." But then Broly punched him straight in the face, not even laughing or joking anymore. Beerus was a little upset that he couldn't talk to him, and it did take quite a bit of the fun out of it. But he still enjoyed himself, and it was still a good fight. So, as Broly got stronger and stronger and stronger, eventually Beerus would decide just to knock him out. As he would go to 100% of his power for one split second, Beerus would lay down the planet and say, "Whis, I need entertainment. Train them now." Bone would then get upset, saying Raditz can't leave her birthday party. And Beerus would slightly agree, and because he didn't really want to get into a bone. I mean, he could just destroy her and destroy the whole planet, but come on, he had a lot of fun. So that would all kind of go to waste if he did that. So Beerus would decide to eat with everyone else, as they all ate and had a good time. And Beerus was happy he found someone. True, he wasn't near his true power, but Broly had a lot of potential and could one day reach it, which was scary for Beerus, but at the same time excited. As all that was going on, we cut to King Cold. Ever since King Cold's son died, he's been waiting to bring him back with the Dragon Balls. King Cold has had a plan for a while now. His plan is to bring back his son and then train with him to reach a new form, a new level of power. The Frieza Force has been still alive under King Cold, but they haven't been causing much problems out in the outer universe. Just keeping to their territory and keeping to themselves. But making sure that people know not to mess with them. More defensive measures than anything. King Cold knows what he has to do, though. He has to get revenge. It's the only way. As he would talk to Sorbet, he would convince him to go to Earth. As Sorbet snuck onto Earth, they would begin to summon the Dragon Balls. As they summoned Shenron, they would all look up at him. As Sorbet would wish that if Frieza was brought back to life, he'd be brought back to life on Earth. Shenron would grant that wish. Then, he would wish for Frieza to be brought back. As Frieza was brought back, he looked around. He was pissed. He was in hell for so long. He couldn't move. All he had to do was watch fairies make fun of him. As he began to get irritated, he said, "Where is Bardock?" "Patience, my lord. You'll get your revenge." Then they wished for King Cold to have the same potential as Frieza. As then, Frieza and Sorbet left. As Frieza met with King Cold would look at him and say, "It's time, son. Time for revenge." Frieza would smirk and say, "Good. Hell wasn't good enough for me anyway." And that is going to leave things off. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you're enjoying this series. Please share with all your friends. Please do all that stuff, because it's not doing very well. Even though series rocks ass, and you can't tell me otherwise. You know, because, come on. It's Bardock. Big Daddy Bardock. You can't... I don't know why I called him that, but come on. You can't be mad at Big Daddy Bardock. Come on, man. Just watch the series. You know you want to. You know you need to. You know you want some Bardock in your mouth. But I don't... That kind of got weird. I'm just going to leave it off here. Anyway, love you all. Peace out.